Good afternoon. I greet to Dr. Azmi. My name is Wong Hui Jing. Matrix number is S29959, and I'm from Bachelor Science of Bioindustry, Semester 2, Year 1. And today I would like to present about a DIY planting project, which is Brassica Sawi Plantation, that I've done from 1st July until 13 July. 1st June until 13 July. Now we go to the introductions. The reason that I chose sawi as the crop to be planted is because sawi is a vegetable crop that is very easy to grow and harvest in a short period, which is very suitable for our DIY planting project. Now we go to the objective. The first is to study the ways of sawi plantation, including the nursery practices during seedling, cultivation methods, harvesting methods, and post-harvesting practices. The next is to learn the way to plant crops by using the equipment and material that we have and the knowledge that we learn in the class. The third is to study the ways to overcome the trouble occurred in the crops during the whole period of plantations. Now we go to the methodology. I have divided the methodology into three parts, which is pre-planting, planting, and post-planting. So for the pre-planting, I have divided into two, which is do the research and preparations. Do research before planting are very important to choose a suitable crop to plant in a short period. And it can also allow us to grow crops in the better ways and to ensure the rates of harvest is high. And for the preparation before planting, some equipment and materials such as seeding tray, soil, seeds, organic soils, fertilizer, and so on are very needed in the whole planting period to create an environment to the crops to be grow well. Now we go to the planting. I also divided into three parts, which is the first stage is seedling, second stage is transplanting, and so on is cultivations. Then for seedling, germination is a very important part to allow the crops to grow well. So seeding tray and seedling soil are prepared to create an environment for seed to grow well, and irrigate enough amount of irrigation and sunlight are also can boost up the rate of germinations. After 2 or 3 weeks of germinations, I did some transplanting to transplant the germinated seed to a larger and wider spaces to ensure the sawi have enough space for the growth, especially in expanding the roots of the plant. And the last is for the cultivations. Observation is very needed and a must in cultivation practices. By observing the plant regularly during plantation, such as observe the color of the leaf, the height of stem, and the texture of soil, are to ensure the crops can be grow very well. And beside that, application of fertilizer are also needed to boost out the growth of the plant. And the next is for post planting. The sawi should be harvested before they start to bloom, because once the sawi is flowering, and which means it is too old to be harvested. And the best time to harvest the sawi is early in the morning, which is very cool, is to ensure the freshness of the sawi can be last longer. So since this is the DIY planting project, I plan to store the harvested crop by wrapping them with newspaper and then put inside the fridge for self-use. The last is the cleaning of planting sites. After finish harvesting, the planting site should be cleaned to easier the plantation for next batch of crop and to reduce the risk of next batch of crop getting infected by pests and diseases. Now we go to the result and discussions. For result and discussion, I also divided into three parts, which is the first 2 weeks, the second 2 weeks, and the third 2 weeks. And for the third 2 weeks, unfortunately, it's not that good because no seed has been germinated after sow for among 2 weeks. Even the adequate water and enough sunlight are given to the seeds. To overcome the problem, I redo the germination procedure by using different brand of seeds in the second 2 weeks. And fortunately, after sow the second batch of seed by using another brand of seeds, the seeds are start to germinate it, and day by day, the leaf and the height of the plant are also increased and expanded, and the leaf veins can be seen clearly. And for the third 2 weeks, and this is the picture that I took in the third 2 weeks, as we can see that most of the sawi are grow very well, and the veins can be seen clearly. The size of leaf of the crop are expanded very well, and the number of leaf are also increased. But some problem also occurred in the third 2 weeks, especially after the germination. After the germinated sawi have transplanted into a larger pot for further growth, some of the sawi are become wilted and die. Besides that, some of the leaf of sawi are also start turn into pale green or and yellow. To overcome this problem, I have removed the wilted sawi from the larger pot and replaced with the new plant that I have planted in the seedling tray. And the changing of color, the sawi may caused by overwatering. So I plan to reduce the rate of water, and finally the leaf turn back into normal green color. And to provide a better place for sawi to grow well, the soil is also enriched by humus fertilizer to boost up the growth of the rate, boost up the growth rate of sawi. And in this DIY planting project, I have learned how to plant a crop by myself by using the knowledge and experience that I've learned during the previous classes of FSS 2001. And I also learned to observe the changing of crop by looking at the color and sizes of the leaf to ensure the crops are healthy and not infected by pests or diseases. Now we come to our conclusions. So sawi is very suitable to be growth, and I'm very grateful to have a chance to do this DIY planting project. And here's the video link, and I've uploaded my video for final report. And this video has recorded the progression of sawi plantation from 29th June to 13 July. Thank you.